All right, well, we're starting out 2014 like we do every year. We got the Osage Trophy blended out. We're gonna do some food plots and get stuff set up in Missouri. My choice blend from Osage is their signature blend, Osage Trophy blend. It's got turnips, it's got clover. It's pretty much an all-around plot for me. I want to look for, all my plots are made for kill plots, not for holding deer. So they're smaller plots, I can bow hunt pretty easily. I love turnips, I love radishes because there's a certain time of the year that deer really key on them, and that's typically during archery season. So after the food plots are in the ground, fall starts rolling around, and we're heading out to Kansas and the South Dakota early season to see if we can get something happening. Unfortunately, man, it was just lesson after lesson, bad luck after bad luck. One of the worst, luck-wise, one of the worst years I've ever had. Probably the worst year I've ever had. But hunt-wise, probably the best year I've ever had. Western Kansas. This is day 4. It's supposed to get a little cooler, but we're 82 degrees, so typical early September hunt. We're gonna sit it out, man. Got the ozonics going. It's just good to be in the woods, and hopefully we can get something put down pretty quick. I'm trying to get positive really quick. I'm trying to get positive. Do you see the green square? Did you find it? You sure? If anyone out there knows how to focus a camera, just give me a call. Look me up on Facebook. Coots is having problems today. This is day 7. We're in western Kansas, hunting 2 really big deer. We're gonna sit it out. Hopefully something daylights. We can put one down and then head to South Dakota. This year I've been in 3 states, hunted probably what, 16 days, 15 days? I have a dirty arrow to show for it, that's about it right now. I learned the point of the statement of you don't always have to kill something to enjoy the hunt. I lived it early season. Alright guys, we came back to Kansas last night, made a quick drive from South Dakota, and actually scouted this alfalfa field, and Cal walks 20 yards in front of this blind right at camera light, so that's been about par for luck for this case, but we're gonna sit it tonight. We have one night to sit Kansas before we both have to be back, so it's one of the better nights I could ask for, though. We got a big front coming tomorrow. We've got the moon. It's perfect for PM movement. We know he's been here 7 days in a row, so we've done all we can do now. It just comes up to the deer showing up, so. This is my nightmare. He's probably gonna come over and do our alfalfa. God, you have high hopes.
you just know like everything's right and things you can't control happen. Like a giant case tractor.
So we didn't get anything killed in those 2 states, ton of deer, ton of encounters. We head back home to Missouri, and now the food plots are starting to heat up, the temperatures are dropping, and it's time to get in the stand in Missouri. So it's early November, we're in Missouri trying to make it happen, and the deer movement really wasn't that good. The rut wasn't kicked in yet, and it was just a little early for that. I ended up getting 4 days off from work. I call Anthony, and we're gonna head back to Kansas and try to redeem ourselves.
All right, we're heading back to Kansas for a redemption trip. We hunted out here for 10 days, hunting a deer named Cal. Jeremy's buddy Beaker actually killed the cow about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I don't know, sometime like that. So game's changed now. There are a couple big deer that we can go after, but there's also a lot of management deer that are old 4 and 5 year olds that 130 to 150, 8-pointers, really, really good deer. We have literally 3 days to hunt, counting today. So we are going to hustle, eat some lunch really quick, then jump in the tree and see if we can't get something down in Kansas and keep me from having to eat a Kansas tag. That's the plan. We'll see if it happens.
It's November and the big bucks are on the move, and one of my top 5 friends, Blake Garrett's here, and I'm trying to put him on a deer. If he don't screw it up, he'd probably kill a deer. So how you feel?
We're gonna try. I'm feeling pretty good.
Good.
Some stretches.
Good.
Ready to go.
I'm walking them in, showing them the stand I put in. Nobody's hunted it. It's an exclusive spot, secret.
Alright guys, this is the first night in Kansas. Sorry, we got a little... Jeremy set these sets and the cameraman's about 10 foot higher than the shooter stand, so we're gonna have to be loud with this wind, but just in the middle of the river, man. It's a good spot. The rut activity's big right now. Got a bunch of rubs in this area, so we're looking for a good buck. All we want's mature at this point. We've only got a couple days. We'll see if we can make it happen. I gotta get back to my platform.
So our first night in the stand in Kansas, we have an encounter with a great buck called 8 Shooter. This deer Jeremy has tons of history on, thinks he's about 6 years old. Not a giant 8-pointer, but a big deer by no means. We're seeing a lot of deer. We know the rut's just on the edge, just on the fringe of breaking wide open. It's just a matter of time. The only question is it gonna happen in the 4 days we have to spend in Kansas? So we're down to our last day in Kansas. Jeremy took a great deer the night before, so this is the second buck that I've helped pro staff recover while I've been in Kansas hunting, and I'm ready to be the guy who's recovering a deer. We got 1 day left. You know, it's looking like the rut movement is stepping up each day. We have a cold front coming in. We're hoping that we can make it happen on this last day.
Alright guys, this is our last sit in Kansas for the year. So if we don't capitalize today, we will eat the Kansas tag, which I've done before. So gonna try our best not to though. Had a great sit this morning, had a bunch of bucks in, a bunch of mature bucks chasing does, so that's a good sign. It's about noon now, we came in early, we're just gonna ride this the rest of the day and see what happens. It's a great stand. It's coming out of a funnel, it's just a big funnel that runs along the river, goes right into a huge bedding area for this farm. So we're hoping we can catch one of those 4-year-olds on their feet coming by, put one down. We'll see.
My last evening in Kansas was really, for weather-wise, probably the worst thing you could ask for. It was 70 degrees, it was hot. I, at one point, was in the stand with my boots off. We knew that our odds of catching a buck on one of these does going through the food plot was pretty high. We were just hoping it happened in the daylight. So we sat in the stand from noon all the way till we probably had 45 minutes left of daylight. Sun's going down quick. I had mentally prepared myself for heading back home again from Kansas without making it happen. And I look down the river, I catch movement, look down the river, and there's a really nice deer heading our way. So after I let the arrow go, I noticed it was a little bit back. Deer acts like it's a liver hit. He kind of hunches up. I think our saving grace for him stopping was we had another younger 8-pointer that was off camera that came charging in after the shot and was actually 10 yards under the tree, scraping, just showing dominance, trying to take that doe from him. The buck was confused. He didn't know what happened. I think in his mind, he probably thought the 8-pointer had got him, but he stood there long enough for me to get another Black Eagle arrow in him.
Yes, Aaron! Ah! Yes! 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 This is the biggest buck I've ever shot with a bow. That's a giant. Aaron Hernandez, gone forever, baby! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? We've been here this is my last day. I have to be at work in the morning. And he's freaking dead. Right there. Oh my god.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it. You always see on TV how guys kill a deer on their last day, last hour, whatever. This was the case. In my mind, I'd packed up and I was halfway back to Missouri, but in reality, you know, all the bad luck that we had come across the whole year, the 19 days straight that we had spent out of state going after deer, all the encounters, all the blown opportunities, whether it be my mistakes, Anthony's mistakes, it all came together and it all made sense in the end. The 5x6, that was the deer I was supposed to kill, but I just had a long, rough road to get to it.
All right, guys, well, here he is, the 6x5. Just a beautiful deer. Can't say enough about how grateful and thankful I am to have a friend like Jeremy Schmeider let me come out and do this hunt out here. It's been amazing. We've been here for a total now 13 days. We hunted 10 in September and then 3 in November. Finally got it done. Just had a ton of encounters and just really a really great time, really good hunt. So We're gonna get this guy in, and we gotta head to Missouri because I have to work in the morning. So get this thing tied up and head home.